is, running it down on these niggas.
Sex, drugs, money, and murder, my nigga. You know how we get it, my nigga. Still be planting them bitches, my nigga. Ripping that roll, fucking your bitches. Sex, drugs, money, and murder. 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 Niggas, they never gon' hurt you. Niggas, they never will hurt you. Sex, drugs, money, and murder. Sex, drugs, money, and murder.
How the traps right, understand how to get that. Ran down on them niggas with a flip back. Knew I never seen none nigga live like that. I was still getting stacks back. Had to fuck around getting them packs back.
You know my motto. A man don't be a bitch about it. If you say it once, you should be able to say it twice. If you can't say it twice, don't say it once. So I'm going to tell you like this. Once you repeat what you said to some of us, repeat it. About the part when you said, Pac is dead. He got killed because he was running around being radical. Radical, that's your words. But it was way more aggressive than that. And the crazy thing about it, Pac, myself, always gave you love, respect. Even when your own turned against you, we rode with you. For this to happen, this to be in my knowledge, you should express yourself and say exactly what you said. Being with Puffy, Keepy, Crooked Cops, that ain't gangster. Whoa. Why is y'all so angry at Pac? What did Pac do to you, mother? But just be yourself. Once again, it makes no sense for somebody to have a walkie-talkie, no next tail.
Then he had this, the next tail back then. Remember the mother? Yeah. The mother could go, that whatever it was hitting him all the way from what was going on from Vegas. We could hear the shit, and then he started getting calls and shit, and they was telling him that Tupac got shot.
Listen to everything play by play, where you hear the shots, you hear this. Who really called Snoop ASAP to let him know what happened? We know none of the homies had his number, so it couldn't be none of the homies, unless, you know, one of the homies playing both sides. And we're quite sure that'll come out, but it still was a sad day culture-wise.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Bullets Gotti. So this video right here is going to be talking about Suge Knight, the whole West Coast, Reggie Wright, Whack 100, the whole West Coast politics. Let me just say this, right? Everything Suge been saying on Collect Call, he been keeping it 1,000. Now, everybody wants Suge to point fingers at Puff, point fingers at this one and that one. But what Suge basically been saying on Collect Call is what we all know. It was an in-house situation. And he said this when he was on this, he said this a couple years back, that it was an in-house situation. Gene Deal been telling y'all that. Russell Poole said this. Choke No Joke said this. It's an in-house situation. Everybody got to look at the situation like this, right? Why would Puff give Keefy D $1 million? Why would Zip give a dude a gun? He from New York. They from the West Coast. Why would they give them a hammer when these dudes is from the West Coast? It ain't their first rodeo. A gun. A lot of things don't be making sense. And that's what Suge was basically saying. Like, them having the walkie-talkie and hearing everything before when he got killed. Them, after the fight is over, Orlando is in the lobby. It's a bunch of Bloods. One Crip, in the lobby, it always made no sense to me. Feds watching Bad Boy, Death Row. In LA, they was watching Bad Boy. In Vegas, they was watching Death Row. But nobody knew who hit Pac. You got Reggie Wright, who basically low-key self-admits what type of dude he was. Playing both fence. But then when you listen to the whole conversation and you hear Suge saying how they backstabbed him, how David Kenner and them did something behind his back while he was incarcerated, how Reggie Wright, the homie, the dude from Bomb First, stole all these dudes, line Suge up. Suge is in jail because of him being lined up by these dudes. Come on. You know? And the sad part is that everybody looked at the situation as it was Bad Boy, and then they looked in LA that it was Death Row. But it was too obvious. It was too obvious. And it never made any sense to me. Like, when I looked at the whole case, it never made any sense. You know, it never made no sense to me. You know? How they say that Puff and Suge, and always blame Puff and Suge. You know? And I was watching Straight Game. Shout out to the brother Delray Richardson. And he said some real poignant shit. The way he exposed Reggie and all of them with their lies. It was like, yo. And then when Suge came with his podcast, and then Choke No Joke and Gene saying what he said, and then you really look at it and you listen to the tapes, Keefy D was coerced to admit to things and say certain things to try to push the agenda on Puffing them. When, like Suge been saying, it was an in-house situation. If you listen to what Suge said, Kevin Gaines, all those cops, those LAPD dudes, them Rampart dudes, was a part of Snoop entourage. Why is it that they said that Snoop cousin, they kept, like even in the documentary they did on A&E with Benjamin Crump, they was pointing fingers at Snoop cousin. Even in the Fox documentary that they did with Ice-T and Soledad O'Brien, they kept pointing fingers at Reggie Wright and certain individuals. So when Gene and them broke it down and started saying a lot of shit, and I started hearing a lot of shit, I started saying, wait a minute. Dudes are scapegoats. They had to get Suge out the way. They had to get certain people out the way. It was some COINTELPRO shit going on. The part about all of this is that what happened to Suge at that Straight Outta Compton shoot, if you listen to Bone clearly, He was paid to do what he did. But, you know, it wasn't supposed to be no squabble. They wanted him dead. They wanted Suge dead. And if you watch the Defiant ones, go watch that documentary, the last episode. It was some anger in Dre. He felt some type of way about Suge going to the shoot. But it was allegedly said that when he came there, it wasn't no beef. It wasn't nothing. Bone felt the way when Suge came back the second day, because now it's fucking up his bag. Reggie Wright helped out Orlando Anderson in that video. If you watch that video closely, Reggie Wright was the one helping out Orlando after he got jumped. To me, it was a power move to get him out the way. Now, listening to the conversation, it sounded like what Suge was trying to say was his wife was some way involved in it, but he not putting names out there. But if you listen closely, it seemed like there was a lot of Judases around Suge. A lot of Judases. The main one, Reggie Wright, David Kenner, Mob James, and Snoop. And this is why, when you look at it, Harry O, who was telling on Suge, is now walking around talking about he's happy to be the owner of Death Row and all that. Why you think Jay Prince don't fuck with Harry O? Why you think Suge said what he said about Harry O? It was some shit. And what a lot of people don't understand is that people don't understand that in this whole situation that happened, it was some snake shit going on. So I do agree with Reggie had a hand in Pac and Biggie murder. I do agree that David Kenner had a hand in Pac and Biggie's murder. And all these dudes, they kept saying the Southside Crips, Southside Crips. If you listen to the thing, they kept talking about Southsides. I remember Gene said the story where Biggie ain't fuck with Snoop. People got to remember, Pac didn't start that East and West Coast beef. He didn't come out of jail to go at them. What happened and what made him go at Biggie and them was what happened at that New York video shoot. That's what made him go in that booth and started recording. Because he was being a team player and being loyal to Snoop and them. What later ended up happening, Snoop wasn't loyal to Pac. So I do agree with what Suge is saying. I think Suge is saying some validity. I think he basically is exposing a lot of shit. They all wanted to put the blame on Puff. They all wanted to put the blame on Suge for Biggie death. But then when you listen closely, Russell Poole was on the money. He was on the money. Greg Caden was there to clean it up, to stop the case from going anywhere. Murder Rap had a lot of lies in it. It's what it is. Say what you want. Man ain't lying.